and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On the end around, here comes Smith. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Hurts sliding out of the pocket. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They begin on the ground with Guerendo. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Again, it's Guerendo. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
A first down carry for Barkley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. as he ran off the field after making that play. We saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Here's Guerrero on first down. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. Purdy going to give it to Guerrero. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Another try for Guerrero. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Grant Calcaterra, 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this to the 32. This is 2nd and 8. They'll try the middle with Garindo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Handoff here, Garindo. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A give running left now, Garindo. And now the rookie's free. Still going inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Isaac Garindo, 53 yards. And the Niners are back within a score.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Dancing to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Great. Set.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Great. Set.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Breaks a tackle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Great, set.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Great, set.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
King.
Back to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run with Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and a couple. On the give, it's Garindo. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Garindo. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 149 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, here's Garindo. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Throwing here, Purdy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Milton Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
3rd down and 13. Now back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Now it's Garindo. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Purdy. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. They go play action here. Purdy. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Purdy will look to throw again here. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Back to throw, Purdy. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards. And the 49ers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And shoves him off at the 20. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Hurts sets up to throw it. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Barkley, toss play left. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing is Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Purdy from the gun on third down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. He can't get him down. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Hurts to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's the Eagles who get the win here, and the guy who really led the way was their quarterback, CD, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I thought this defense just didn't have an answer for him all game long. They tried to change things up, but he was always one step ahead. And he finished with over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdown passes as well. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.